a switch that gets flipped,
Yep.
and you're out for the races, and it just gets fun. And then when you start seeing your back office and the data come in, and your clicks being tracked, and then you start getting your referrals, and then that's it just wants makes you want to do
What's
it more, you know.
right. If anybody else wants to know what happened, I was frustrated because I was I was surfing and nothing was showing up, and it was because I was going up and refreshing my page all the time, not doing the number thing or whatever.
Hmm.
So if anybody has
Ah,
that same problem, that's why it would happen. And then once Jeff taught me yesterday, it's like, oh, click, oh, easy peasy, easy peasy now.
you were making it more difficult than it actually is.
Yes, I was making it more
Well,
difficult.
I told her yesterday because when we were initially kind of trying to troubleshoot the issue, I was like, man, I haven't come across this. I hadn't seen this. I need to see your screen, so let's hop on Zoom real quick. And it was like, it took about 30 seconds. I was like,
And you
aha,
got it.
see
Yeah,
what you're
that's
doing.
it.
And
Yep.
then you remember I told you, I was like, when I started, was doing the exact same thing. I was like, where are my clicks? This is not working,
I'm working so hard and nobody can
Yeah,
tell.
exactly. So like, I feel y'all's pain. Trust me, trust me. But hopefully y'all, kind of starting to
I,
feel the joy a little bit. Some of y'all
yeah.
are in, a little bit different points, different spots. Let me remember.
Well, I'll get there.
Oh no, my background. Hold on. I can't show you the layer. You're not allowed to see my layer unless you're. See, this is weird.
Too late.
All of my images are gone. This happens to me in Zoom every once in a while. Just like all my images that I have loaded for background disappear. Okay, this is better. Doodly doo, doo. All right, just so you guys can.
There you
Hello,
go.
hello. All right, we got a good crowd today.
Yes, we
Better, much
do.
better. All right, cool. Yeah, we got a good crowd today, guys. So, uh, the plan for today is to, uh, what I'd like to do is check on everybody's links and their rotators in the back office, and then go through, um, making sure that that rotator link is properly placed and optimized in all the other exchanges. So, uh, like I've been mentioning to a couple of people off of our main training calls, uh, it's good to be surfing in our traffic exchange, um, because it is a new exchange. We want it to grow. We want this exchange to be around for a long time. And the ultimate goal for our exchange is for other people to start surfing it and sharing their links and seeing what we're doing, and then hopefully discover us and become our referrals and be exposed to our opportunities. But for us who are part of the exchange, who are on this leadership team, we are more effective or most effective when we're actually sharing our links on other traffic exchanges. So we're doing a good job on our exchange, and I see the faces, I see the numbers, I see everybody on there, and that's exactly what we were dreaming of, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Uh, what we want to do now is we want to leave the comfort zone and go out into the world and share all of our links and opportunities with everybody else. And then it just compounds and it grows, and then we just do it again and again. So, let me just hear from everybody real quick. Let's just do kind of go through, and I want to check and see where everybody's at, and if there are any specific hangups or speed bumps that you guys are going through. Then we definitely want to address those, but then find a place to where we can get to our back office, check our links, our rotator, and then start the process of getting out into these other exchanges where the real difference starts to happen. So I guess we'll go through. I'm just going to go according to the list on the side here, and I'll check in with everybody real quick. So be ready to hop in with your mic unmuted in a moment. But Nancy, anything specifically that you're maybe needing some help with? I know you're a rock star. I don't need to tell you anything, but anything you've noticed or any note that you want to share real quick before we jump
Well,
in.
I think consistency is key. So I do my 137 clicks over a span of like an hour and a half or so and I change up the traffic exchanges that I'm on. Some of them I'm on every day, like BNR Movie, and the crypto one, but the others may change.
Right.
And I'm just going to test out this week, which of those exchanges are sending me the most clicks, and I'll be able to really narrow down who I want to focus on.
Okay. I think I caught some of that. I'm not sure if anybody else might have a little trouble hearing your mic, Nancy, but it
My mic not
just
good?
sounds.
Is that
It,
better?
yeah, it might have just kind of breaking up a little bit, but yeah. So you were saying that you're just going through the different exchanges. You've got your list, and you're gonna check out some new ones here. Can I ask you a favor? Can you share your screen and show everybody your Excel sheet just as an example of kind of how you've got things organized? Because I think you've got the best kind of system. I even had somebody yesterday mention that, you've got your plan laid out like weeks, months in advance. You know where you're going to be surfing, when you're going to be surfing. Yeah. So look at that. That's amazing. So there's
As you
different
can
ways to
see on
organize, you guys.
Thursday, on Thursday I've got to add a new one here. I noticed yesterday I had
Is that
2.
blank spot driving you crazy?
It will by
Is that
Thursday.
blank spot driving you crazy right now?
It will by Thursday.
Right, right. I love your OCD. It's amazing. It's awesome. Your OCD is inspiring. But so, I mean, this is something we can all just aspire to, guys. And, don't worry if you're not here or if this isn't how your mind works. I know that I think it's Catherine that's the artist, or or is it Joe?
Catherine.
Catherine is
Me.
the artist. That's right.
Me,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm the same way. I very much have an artist brain, and it probably says a lot that have an artist brain that I can't remember which side of my brain. I guess it's the left side. Maybe I'm more left side
Usually
brain.
the right side is usually the creative side. The left side is the more
Okay. So
anal.
that just goes to show.
Yeah.
That
But
just goes to show.
I'm learning. Something
Yeah.
I'm learning, and I think it's important, especially as we get older, is I think this is great for people to help balance their brain, because you
Mhm.
have to use your eye contact, of where to click and everything.
Right.
And so I really think it's good for the brain to do this.
Yeah. I agree. I'm very much a visual person. I learn by showing and doing rather than reading or,
Me too.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And if you talk to Tim, if you like dig down deep with Tim about coding and doing HTML, and he has built our platform from scratch. Like, it's not a drag and drop template kind of thing. He does it all by code, and that would drive me absolutely insane.
Me too. So he's more left brain maybe, but
I believe he is. Yeah.
but it's probably creative too. So
He is in the aspect of, envisioning a bigger picture, seeing a bigger picture. He and Gabe can like see things that other people can't in ways that other people can't, and it's just something I can't really relate to. But I'm more of a big picture kind of guy. You know, I can
Yeah.
see the big picture, and if there's kind of a problem, you know, I can find a creative solution to it. So that's more my
That's
skill
awesome.
set. Yeah. Okay. Thank you,
So,
Nancy, for sharing that. Any questions? Yeah.
it's Catherine. Anyway,
No, I mean, I wanted to
oh,
thank Nancy for sharing
oh,
her
okay, well,
screen
thank you.
there, but
Okay.
yeah.
So yesterday I was noticing that I need to slow down a little bit because I was hitting some of the wrong things and then being
Mhm.
eliminated from using the site, right? So that's another thing I think, just take your time when you do this, not rush through it.
Right.
Because if you make a mistake, it takes you longer to make the points. Oh, I have a question. Is there a list around that lists the best ones that have the most points?
So Tim and I were actually just talking yesterday, and we're going to add a top 5 to our back office. Um, let me share my screen real quick, if I may. Do-do-do-do. My okay. Is everybody able to see my screen here at the moment?
Yep, you can.
Okay. So what we're going to do, and we have a couple of changes to announce, or a couple of new things that we want to implement to help everybody. One of the things we're going to do is when you go into your downline builder and you have your entire list of all of your traffic exchanges that you can surf, what we want to do is up here towards the top is we're going to add a top 5, and that top 5 list will change a little bit over time, but we're going to take the data from hit stats that we're getting that we see in the back office and put in the top 5 most effective traffic exchanges where we're getting the most traffic or where we're getting the most conversions. So that'll give you guys, a top 5. And I think that that's going to be really powerful because if all of us are surfing those 5 on a regular basis, not necessarily every day, but then we're adding another 5 on top of that, that other 5 is going to bring in new fresh traffic. We'll be able to track that data, and that will help inform us that there are some other sites out there. So on average, we generally want to try to have 10 tabs open, 10 exchanges open. I find that to be a good number because if I watch how many sites that I've clicked on, how many other people's ads that I've viewed, if I get 100, I just multiply it times 10, and then I know that I've surfed 1,000 sites, and it usually takes me around about an hour to do that. So it's a good point. We're working on that, and we're going to have it in here very soon, and we'll keep track of that. I also want to show you guys how we're tracking this data. So there's a couple of different places where you guys can see your data. We're trying to get everybody access to hitstats.com, and I'm in my excuse me. I'm in my upgraded back office, and if any of you guys don't have your back office upgraded yet, make sure you get your username to either myself or to Nancy so we can get you this full back office with all the tools. Um, but even still, for some reason, only Tim and I are able to get into the hit stats right here. So another thing we're going to do is Tim and I are going to start posting our hit stats each day, and that'll be in the back office somewhere. We haven't figured that out yet, but I just want to show you guys real quick. This is where we're pulling most, excuse me, most but not all of our of our data, and this looks a lot different than it did yesterday. But as you can see, I mean, this is just kind of a summary overview. So we're tracking all this data. We can track it. We see the red down here are first-time visitors. The yellow are the number of visitors, and the blue is the number of pages that each visitor views. So we're able to see this. Now, what we've noticed is that, okay, and this doesn't even, okay, today is the 26th. Okay, for some reason this doesn't, 26th of October, okay. And I don't know why this isn't filling in, but you guys have noticed, I think, if you look over here in the last few days, since you guys have just started surfing, you can see here that our traffic's starting to go on a really nice upswing, right? So this is something that we're kind of looking at. We can go over here and look at traffic by URL. And this is where Tim and I look to see who's surfing, whose pages are getting exposed, and who's bringing in traffic, right? So each one of these links is a splash page or a link that's in somebody's rotator. And so we're able to keep track of this and say, okay, whoever this is, I don't know who our referral ID or affiliate number 52 is, but they were crushing it yesterday. Absolutely crushing it yesterday. So this person deserves a kudos. And then number 16, I believe that's one of y'all on this call. Or it might be
16 is me.
aha, there you go. Look at that. Boom. So when you talk about competitive, this is where you want to look. This is really where you want to look.
52 is me, Jeff.
I kind of figured 52 was
Oh, my
Catherine.
see, there you go. Well, congratulations. I mean, gosh, look at that. That's amazing. And by a nice margin too, So you're bringing in a lot of traffic. This is very significant. Now we can also see the number of visitors that came in, the new visitors that came in, and then the bounce rate. Bounce rate's a little bit high, and then on
Yep.
number 16, it's pretty high too. That happens. We kind of like to see it maybe closer to, the 50s range. And all of this this is where it gets more right-brained and Tim kind of stuff, but we're able to see. And I'm number 4 down here, there's Tim. But number, oh, this is splash ID. But this is what we're looking at, guys. And this is just from yesterday. So we've got a lot of people out there. We got a lot of people surfing. We just need to be spreading ourselves further and wider and optimizing our time. And when we see the data, we can make moves with that. We can make smart decisions with the data that we have. So we'll probably try to find a way to start kind of posting that so that you guys don't have to actually have to log in or try to sign up for it or click into it or anything, but we'll give you guys a snapshot. And if you want to talk competitive, that's a good way to go. Another thing that we want to start doing is maybe starting a rotator. So the rotator that we're talking about is a rotator within our team. And that rotator, I think we have to start with a top 5. And then as we get more team members and as we get more traffic, we can grow that rotator to the top 10. But the way that it works is you'll have the top 5 people on our team go into a rotator so that when you're sharing certain links, you can get a sign up based on the work that somebody else may have done. Yeah, sorry, give me 1 second, guys. Oh, grandson. And we can explain this further, but hopefully it makes sense to you guys that if I'm surfing traffic exchanges and I have a rotator link that has 5 people on it, when I get a referral or when my link gets a referral, it'll go to the first person on the rotator. And then when that when that same link gets the next referral, it'll go to somebody else on the rotator. So it takes some more traffic, and it takes, people sharing our links. But the people who are sharing our links the most can be rewarded by basically getting free traffic. You might be getting referrals that are coming into our site that didn't actually necessarily come from your specific link. It might have come from mine, it might have come from Tim's, it might have come from whoever's on the top 5. It's potentially very powerful, but it's something that we want to do to be able to reward, starting with maybe the top 5 surfers. So we're looking at a way to do that, and we'll let you guys know if and when that gets implemented and how it goes, and we'll explain it further. But as we're growing and as we're doing this, Tim and I are constantly thinking, about how we can help you guys, how we can incentivize you guys and motivate you guys and reward you for your efforts. But I have to say that you guys are absolutely killing it, and extremely grateful for that. So thank you. Let's move on to next on the list is Bethany. Hey, Bethany. It's funny because I told you Bethany was one of my favorite names, and then I was like, Gibbs? Really? Okay.
I know that's what I thought you were talking about, the Gibbs part.
Yeah, I totally missed that the first time I mentioned it, but I was like, oh man, she's got like a double cool name.
Yeah, really.
So how are you, and where you at, and anything specific we want to do for you before we get in?
No, I'm doing good. I'm still getting sites set up, and I haven't done a spreadsheet yet, but me and Michael are working on it.
Right on. Yeah. Well, you and your husband are doing great. Thanks for jumping in yesterday and pointing out the fact that you weren't seeing a couple of our splash pages. And when I was surfing, I didn't notice the same problem. So keep an eye on that.
Okay, I will.
But as a note to everybody, as you guys are surfing, if you notice anything that seems out of place, hop in, and we want to have each other's backs and help each other out. So Bethany was a really awesome example of doing that yesterday. So yeah, okay, very cool. And going next to Catherine, we got you, Catherine. Got your update, I believe. So Elta, how are you, Ms. Elta? Because last time, last time we got off the last training, you were like rubbing
Not a lot
your.
is. I know.
Yeah,
not a lot has changed.
No. Okay.
I thought I was alone, so that was a good lesson to learn.
Never.
Yeah,
No, not at all.
I'm never alone. I feel alone. I spoke with Nancy a couple of times, and I'm still actually working on not the avatar or whatever it's called, because when you go to the video that teaches you what to do, it's not in sync. So I'm still working on that.
Okay.
In other words, how you tell 1, 2, 3, step, but this one, where it says to go, it's a whole open new page where it shows you on the YouTube as opposed to where it opens and where to go. They're not the same, and I was just really confused.
Yeah.
Nancy already has her avatar, so I'm working on that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, when we get to Joe down here, Joe's last on the list to check in with, but Joe went through heck and high water. And she's going through some real issues with the Gravatar. And
yeah.
we're trying to narrow down the exact problem. I think there may have been some changes, and I'm glad that Joe brought it up, because Gravatar was something that I was going to get into either in this video. Well, actually, in this training session, I wanted to get into Gravatar. It's been a while. It's been quite a while since I've done it. So the fact that Joe is having problems actually helped me, because I got to revisit it, and it's clunky. It's clunky to be nice about it. It's a little bit clunky. But I discovered that Gravatar is actually owned by WordPress.
Yes.
And so you have to have a WordPress account.
Right.
And Joe may potentially have some issues with her WordPress account, and it's potentially the reason that she's not able to set hers up. But one thing I want you to know, Gravatar helps to optimize your pages because whenever we share our splash pages, they're coded with the Gravatar. So when somebody clicks on your splash, when somebody opens up your link, your splash page is coded to reach out to Gravatar and pull in your picture. And that's the main benefit. So a lot of times you guys may notice as you're surfing, sometimes you'll see just the gray and white, generic person, human icon.
Right.
And may have their name up there, but it's more effective if they can see your face.
Of course.
So it is a benefit, and it does help in terms of conversions and helps you with your branding. I don't want anybody to get stuck on it because you can be surfing without it.
Okay.
And if for some reason we never get it to work, that doesn't mean that traffic surfing is not going to be working for you. It's just an extra tool to help. So we'll probably be doing some more Gravatar on the side for those who are having issues because it's just more clunky than I remember, and I remember it being clunky to begin with. So, but I think they've made some changes and they haven't been helpful ones. So, okay, so I know where you're at. How are you with? I know that you and your husband are both surfing on our site. Are you registering on others and starting to share links in other exchanges yet?
Now, are you still talking to Elta? Who are you speaking with?
Yes. Yeah, I just wanted to check with Elta to see if she's on surfing other exchanges yet.
No, honey, I'm not.
Okay. Okay. Perfect.
But thank you.
Absolutely, because that's what we're going to do today. That's what we're going to do today. Cool. I hope I'm saying it right. Tomoa. I think she just may have, or I think Tomoa may have just hopped in. But how are you today? There's Elta.
There,
Hi,
Jim,
Elta.
what?
All right. Well, Tomoa, I think just joined in, so may still be getting kind of set up here. But all right, I think we've got everybody. Joe, we're gonna
Hey,
still
Jeff,
work on. Yes, please go ahead.
Suma is joining us from Uganda.
Amazing.
Yeah, he's a pastor in Uganda.
Oh, this is the pastor that you've been telling me about.
Well, he's one of them. There are two, Tuma and
Okay.
Charles. Tuma
Awesome.
is our pastor in Uganda.
Well, let me greet him. Hopefully you can see me. Hello, sir. God bless you, and thank you for joining us from across the ocean. It's an extreme pleasure to have you here. So thank you for joining us, and as we do for all our team, we'll be praying for you, and we appreciate y'all doing the same. So glad to have you here, and anything we can do, please let us know. You're part of the team now, so and we're part of your team. So thank you for being here. This is awesome. I mean, just look at the reach we're getting, guys. This is amazing. Very cool. Just wanted to say hello. And Joe.
Yes.
Okay. So we're still dealing with the Gravatar issue, but are
Yeah,
you?
but I'm going to put that aside because I really want to start with the surfing.
Exactly.
I have a question because I'm still trying to set up my rotator. When I go to different sites other than the ones that are splashed that we have, and I've added those, what do I put in there? What link do I put in there? Is it the affiliate link or is it the login link? What link do I put in?
So are you talking about links to sites that you want to share,
Yes.
but they're not specifically from our back office?
Right.
Well, I think that's just really going to depend on which site that is or which opportunity that is.
Well, what
So-
is the link? Is it the login link? Is it the referral link? What link do I add in there for that particular site?
Hey, Joe, are you referring to when you sign up for a new traffic exchange, you want to know what link to put in the sites on that traffic exchange?
I want to know what link to put on my rotator for that traffic exchange.
Do you have a specific site that you can use as an example?
Um,
Is it by chance your Better Crypto link
oh,
or?
I added that. I already added that.
Okay,
I'm talking about other sites
right.
that, like, for instance, the one that's the Howdy Partner, for instance. How do I add that? What do I put in as the link? That's my question. What is
Okay.
the link that I put in?
So I'm not familiar with Howdy Partner. Is that
Yes, you added it. You added it the other day, whatever that one was. It's the
Okay.
Western one that has the sheriff in it.
The
And so what else
Bounty
you got?
Hunter? Was it Bounty
Is
Hunter?
that what it is?
I think it was
I don't know.
Bounty something.
Bounty something, yeah.
okay? So that's one of the traffic exchanges.
This is a for instance. Yes, I would like to add that one.
Okay. So let me go share my screen and let me see if this is what you're looking at. Now, is that one of the sites that you're finding in our downline builder in the back office? One of these?
Yes.
Okay. And so you shouldn't be actually putting, well, I guess you could if you wanted to, like if you really wanted to have other people sign up under you in a specific traffic exchange, then you could put your referral ID for a traffic exchange in your rotator.
Well,
I
what do you
don't know
normally put in there?
into the rotator.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's a great question. Perfect segue into the meat of this training call. So let's move past the Gravatar. Everybody is doing great, and I think everybody on the call is signed up and registered and surfing on the BNR Movie Traffic Exchange. If that's not the case, let me know, and we'll make sure to get you up to speed. But what we're going to be going through now is the rotator. Okay. So the rotator has a dedicated button right here in the top row, fourth column. And when we click on that, it takes you to your rotator main page. So from left to right here at the top, you have your trackers, your rotator, your stats, and then you've got help and tutorials. I went through this a little bit yesterday, and if you're stuck, it can help a little bit, but it doesn't really drill down, and it's worth checking, but my trainings are much better. So when you say trackers are each of your individual links that you're wanting to market. So what we want to do is we want to market at least one link that shares our traffic exchange. And it's really important that we're marketing our traffic exchange. So, it's not going to, lay down the law or anything like that, but I want to highlight the importance of everybody sharing at least one link in their rotator that is bringing traffic specifically to our traffic exchange. And when that person, when people click on that and they sign up, they become your referral, but they are learning about our system and it's helping us to grow, and they're bringing traffic in as well. So make sure that at least one of your links is for our traffic exchange. Now, where do you find that link, or where do you find one of the links for our traffic exchange? So I would go to the home page, and is there anybody who has not yet gotten their upgraded version, who's only seeing like some of these tabs? So everybody should be upgraded to the full package here. But if you're not, reach out to me or to Nancy and we'll get that taken care of. But one thing everyone will see in their back office is your super splash page. Okay. This is an automatic rotator. I think we've got 2 or 3 links in this rotator link right here. So even though it's just one link, it's actually rotating our top performing splash pages. So this is why we call it Super Splash. And it's done automatically for you. This probably should be the first link that everybody puts into their rotator. So all you have to do is right click and copy this link. Then you would go to your rotator and add it as one of your tracked links. Add it to your tracking links. So you just paste it in here and you would give it a name. This is my Super Splash. And that way, when you're looking at your statistics, you're familiar with, okay, Super Splash, I know which link that is. Just something to help remember it by.
Hey,
And then you
Jeff,
click add and it adds it to your trackers. Yes, go ahead, please.
I just want to say that understanding why you want to put that Super Splash traffic exchange, our BNR Movies traffic exchange into your tracker is because that's where your leads are going to come. When you get leads, referrals,
Exactly right.
that's where they're coming from. If you don't have it in there, you're not going to find getting leads or referrals. So this is really important.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
So, and I appreciate, yes, and thank you for re-highlighting that point. So what we find a lot of times is that people who are using our exchange to surf, they've got their opportunity links in the rotator, and it might be for Beta Crypto, or it might be for Alavea, or it might be for another company. And those links are going into the rotator and they're being shared whenever they're putting that rotator into other exchanges and other people are viewing those. But that traffic is going maybe straight to that particular site and not coming back to them as a long-term referral. So if you get a referral through a BNR Movie traffic exchange splash page, that is a lead that you can develop a relationship with, and it belongs to you. And it's actually beneficial in a lot of ways to have your leads coming to you through this platform because you can communicate with them directly. And then over the course of your relationship, however long that lasts, hopefully for years, you can share whatever opportunity you want to from our site. So that is the benefit of that. We're offering a way for people to get free leads. And then when you get a referral, they're able to duplicate the process and do the exact same things. What makes this so powerful? So thank you for re-highlighting that. Bear with me just a moment. Let me close my door here real quick. All right. Okay. Any questions at this point before I move any further? Hop in at any time. All right. So I've already got my Super Splash rotator in here. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that. You can delete a tracker just by clicking the X there. This check mark box here, this green one, what that does is just adds like a ranking option. It's not necessary, but I like as much information as I can, and we can dig into that. Or if anybody has questions, we can look into that more at another time. But so we want to have at least 3 links in our rotator. So everyone should have that Super Splash rotator link in their tracker list. And then another place where you can find more of your links for BNR Movie. This is another one here right at the top. Everyone has this. this is the replicated website. This is our main forward-facing website that talks about our mission to help kids. It's not opportunity specific, but it talks about, you know, us building a movement. It talks about our partners. So it is more forward with Alavea if you're part of that. This website is really good. It's taken a lot of work to put it together. That's an option for you guys if you want to put it in there. I don't know necessarily that it would translate so great on a traffic exchange. Typically, if you put a full website on a traffic exchange, most people kind of see it as a replicated website, which it is. Where I want to go is my other splash pages,
Oh,
which I'll
everybody
find
here
up
is in
here. So if you go,
Everyone here is in Lion Share, so
yes,
Lion
and that
Share
that's the
pages
third
are
one.
there.
Yeah, that's the third one I was going to say to put in there. So everyone should have these links. These are 2 splash pages that we've made for Lion Share. So this would be what someone would see. On the traffic exchange. And then this would be the second one. Okay. So the benefit of these links here is that, number one, it's a BNR movie splash page. So when they click on it, it gets tracked and it offers people the ability to sign up for BNR movie traffic exchange for free and be able to manage their downline and duplicate a process. But it also promotes at the same time your specific line share link, your specific line share referral. So anyone that comes
Better
in,
crypto referral.
Better Crypto, correct? Yes, yeah, and that is important because your Better Crypto referral ID is going to be different than your line share ID. So
That was one of my questions to Tim, because on the 2 splash pages, there is there's your number 3,
Mhm.
and on Nancy's site, she has her own Better Crypto ID on both of those splash pages, and that's what I was trying to get him to see. I think my number is like 53 or something like that. But how come her Better Crypto ID is on both of those splash pages and mine isn't?
well, it's the only reason I can think of off the top of my head is that Nancy may have a direct Better Crypto link as part of her rotator, and that was going to be my third link, which I was going to tell you guys. So, and that may be it, because that's the only thing I can think of is that instead of Nancy having the or whichever page you're looking at that shows that, it may not be one of our splash pages. It may be her direct Better Crypto link, which
No.
is something. No, it's not. Okay.
Nancy, put up your page, because let's show him what I mean. If you could, please.
You want me to put up my rotator stats or my line builder?
It's whatever page has the 3 line shares on them.
I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Let me see.
The one that Jeff just had up. What was
Okay.
that page, Jeff?
Yeah, that's here are your line shares, splash
Oh,
pages,
okay.
and links.
Click on that. Okay. Oh, now it's changed.
The same to me.
Because in some of your former sharings from other videos, it had tickle dangle in both of the other 2. Now it's different.
I think what you're
pleased.
seeing
I'm
is
okay.
maybe you're seeing these links. Because these
No,
links here.
I'm okay. No,
Yeah,
mystery
I think-
solved. Mystery solved.
Yeah. I think what you might be referring to is that when Tim was initially putting the links
Yes.
together and figure everything
Yes.
out, there was a discrepancy between using the Lion Share affiliate ID versus the Better Crypto affiliate ID.
Okay.
And that's
Okay.
all been fixed.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect.
Awesome. Possible.
Thank you.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Great question. So get back to sharing my screen here. Doodly doo. All right. Okay. So the main link we're asking everybody to share in their rotator is this one. If you don't share any others, now we do have a lot of other splash pages for the traffic exchange, and you guys may like these, and we've got the stats on which ones are working best. You'll find them in your affiliates toolbox at the very top menu, your affiliates toolbox. And these are all splash pages that you can share. So you just kind of need to go through each one, check them out, see if you like it or not. But they're all specific to the traffic exchange. And this is actually, these splash pages are actually the best way to get free referrals into the traffic exchange. And then once you get free referrals into your traffic exchange, from your back office, you can market to them, you can share your other links, so it's kind of a two for one. But there's lots there. Using the Super Splash Rotator basically puts the top 2 or 3 performing splash pages from that list I just showed you into one link. So we just ask that everybody puts this link into their rotator. So when you go to your rotator, make sure that it's added in there. Okay. And then you can put in your Better Crypto or your Lion Share splash page link. So you would go to that, you would copy it. And then go back to your rotator, and in your trackers list, you would paste that link in there as well. And then you would, name it however you want to name it so that you're able to recognize it. Click add, and then that link is now added to your tracker. I've already got it in here. So I'll skip that. And then the third one can be your direct Better Crypto link. You guys, all of you guys have a direct one. It's the one that takes you to the countdown timer. It's the same one that we all went through and saw whenever we joined up. That's the marketing page that they are using, and it's specifically tied to your Better Crypto username. And everybody knows that page that I'm talking about.
I do.
Yeah, the countdown timer, Better Crypto. I've got it here somewhere, but I don't want to take too much time trying to find it real quick.
I'd like to know what that one is. I don't remember seeing the countdown
Okay,
timer.
sure. So
It's your Better Crypto affiliate link.
let's see if I can find it real quick. Oh, you know what? It's actually in my rotator already. Hold on. It's this one. This is mine right here. So copy, if I go to check it out, if it's in your rotator, so it's this one.
Okay, got it.
Okay, yeah. So this is not a BNR movie splash page. This is the Better Crypto landing page, right? So I have this on my rotator, even though it's not one of our splash pages. I do have it on my rotator because I want to track the results. I want to see, if it's bringing in traffic, if people are clicking on it. if I'm getting signups in, like straight into my Better Crypto back office, but I don't see it in my BNR Movie back office, then I know that this is being effective, and I want to get signups either way. So my whole main point in showing you all of that is I'm looking for a minimum of 3 links. One is your super splash page, like anybody that you guys get that you refer, anybody who's using our platform. This is the number one best way to grow your referrals, grow your downline, and have a duplicatable process is to make sure that super splash page link is in your rotator. It should be number one in my opinion. And then your Better Crypto splash page that brings people to your Better Crypto business, but is branded or is routed through our platform. And then any other links that you would like, and that could be for anything. So even if people aren't sharing our links, when we bring them in to use this platform, we want them to be able to utilize it and share their opportunities. And when they share this platform with other people, it's duplicatable, and we're building referrals for everybody and just building a reputation to be a platform where people can come. It's the first place you go before you start doing all your online marketing. So we really want to brand ourselves as like a hub or a springboard or a starting page, if that makes sense. Any questions up
Yeah.
to this point?
So this is where my question comes in.
Okay.
Add another site that isn't on those splash pages, and because I
Right.
want to see what link you're putting in there. That's my question.
Okay. uh, I don't know if you want to share your screen, because I don't know if I have another page that I would want to share, or I mean I could share like well, I mean I could share any website.
Yeah,
Yeah. So any website in general.
yeah.
Okay. Well, this is a website called Worth of Web, and
No, one of the sites that are on that's on that list. With yeah. When you go to the downline builder,
okay, gotcha. Okay, I see what you're saying.
any of those.
Okay, so for your example, what you're trying to do is add a traffic exchange
Right.
into your rotator,
Yes.
and that'll actually help build your downline within that specific traffic exchange, which does make sense. I mean, if you have a traffic exchange that's performing, you can grow your downline inside of that traffic exchange, and it works very similar to what I was explaining we want to have happen in our exchange.
Okay.
So what I would do is I would go into, I know Traffic PI is actually a good one for me. I would go to that traffic exchange and I would log in. I was going to say, how is it not remembering my, come on, just saw it. I know you're there. Okay. And you would go to your affiliates toolbox. It's the same as ours. Go to your affiliate toolbox, and it should provide you in here your link. There it is. This is the link that you would add to your rotator.
Okay, so it is the affiliate link. Okay,
Correct.
great.
Yes,
Okay,
that's correct. Yep. So you'll notice that, like I said, ours is run off the same infrastructure or the same foundational kind of platform.
mhm,
So when we're in our back office, if you ever need to get your direct affiliate link, it's going to be in the same place. Affiliates, affiliate toolbox. This is your
perfect.
direct link. And this is your sign up page, you guys. So this is like if you're talking to somebody and you're like, hey, you should check out this traffic exchange. You don't need to, this is for somebody, you don't need to send them a splash page. You're not necessarily marketing to them. You're just sending them the direct sign up link. Like just click join now and you're joined under me. This is the link. It's your affiliate ID. And it's the same for every traffic exchange. You
Okay,
should be able
perfect.
to, yeah, you should be able to just copy and paste that and then go to your rotator and add it as one of your trackers.
Right.
Right.
Okay, great.
And then
That was my question all along.
Perfect.
Thank you.
I got you now. Okay, cool. So at least 3 links. Super Splash, your Better Crypto that is tied to your BNR movie, and then your direct Better Crypto link, and then whichever ones you want. I personally try to keep it under 5 because when I'm surfing, I surf about 1,000 sites at a time. I'll have 10 tabs open and I'll go through each of them. I'll go through the whole rotation 100 times. Usually takes me about an hour. But if I have too many rotators, if I have too many links in the same rotator, I'm going to be getting very inconsistent statistics back. I really want to test the best of what I think I have against the best of what I know I have. And this is a great way to do it. So when you start looking at your statistics and you see that one of these sites is really not performing, take it off and replace it with another one and test that link against the others that work well. So we'll get into the statistics here in just a second. Any questions before I go to the rotator? Cool. If you guys have any, hop in at any time, anytime. So once you have your trackers, you have to have at least 2 to be able to set up a rotator. I recommend a minimum of 3. I recommend no more than 5. Once you have your links in here, then you go to your rotator, and then this will say create new rotator. Okay, and this will be blank. The first time you're setting this up, it'll be blank. And it'll say create new rotator. Now, every time you want to interact with your rotator, you have to hit this button, view and manage rotator. It's kind of like a, select or enter or whatever. You'll come up with a name for your rotator. Whenever I change my links on my rotators, I change the name, but I just do it by the date. So if I was adding new links today, this is how I label mine. Today is the 26th, and that just kind of helps me again to identify when I'm looking at statistics. But then you'll hit create rotator and you'll have a name for your rotator. And that name for your rotator will show up here back in this box. So I've got some other ones. This is my main rotator. So when I click view and manage, then you add your sites because this will be blank. There will be no links in your rotator until you add them. So when you add and edit your sites, it'll pull up a box that looks like this. And you guys can have I think up to 20 tracker links, right? So if you go to your trackers, you can have, I think, up to 20 links in here. That doesn't mean you have to use them all. You can select which ones you want to use by going to your rotator and clicking add and edit sites. I've only got 4. I'm using them all. So I highlight them, check them all, click update rotator. And now all of those sites are in this one rotator link. And that is the power of a rotator. This link is your rotator link, and this link is the only one you ever need to put into the back office of any other traffic exchange. Does that make sense? Because that'll be the next step that we go on to, is putting this link into the other exchanges. The
Makes sense to
beautiful
me.
part about this is that, yeah, the beautiful part about this is you put this link into every traffic exchange that you ever sign up for, and you never have to change a link again in any other exchange, unless you're Nancy. But I think that I think that everybody should be good with this rotator for many years to come. And then when you want to use a new link, when you want to add a new opportunity, when you want to share another splash page, just come to your back office, go into your trackers, add that link, then go in your rotator, and then add it from the list. Click Update Rotator, and every traffic exchange will automatically be updated. Automatically. So you only have to do it in one place. And this is, you know, for people who've been using traffic exchanges for a long time, this is like, oh my God, it'll melt their face, you know. But you guys are getting it like right off the bat, and it's really awesome. So at this point, we're pretty much done in our back office, and now we're going to go out into the world. So if everybody's ready for that, we can move on real quick. I'll just show you a few examples of how to do that in other traffic exchanges. But let me know if there's anything I need to address before we do that.
There is one site that I came across recently. We were talking about this before, Jeff, that does not accept rotators. And I found the one that is not accepting rotators. That's Postman Hits. You have to be a paid, upgraded member of Postman Hits to use rotator.
Interesting. But that's the only one you found so far.
That's the only one.
Yeah, and it's Postman Hits.
Yep.
Yeah, that's an interesting business model for them. I mean, if they have, you know, a really large audience and people are trying to reach them, you know, they'll have to upgrade to be able to use a rotator.
Right.
So that's very interesting. Yeah. So if you guys run across Postman Hits, you know, if you want to use that, you would just want to share one link, whichever you feel like is your most important link. So thanks for the heads up on that, Nancy. Appreciate it. All right, guys. So what we're going to do is the same thing that we do on this site. They all work basically the same way, just they all just look different. That's all. So once we have a rotator link, we're going to go to our ads. And I think everybody's pretty much done this. If you guys are surfing on a traffic exchange, I know you've already done this. But I just want to go over it in our back office so we know what it looks like in-house, because it'll be basically the same everywhere else. But you go to your ads, and then it'll say sites, or it'll say my sites or websites. And then the first time you come into a traffic exchange, you'll only see this part down here, this blank part, right? So I want to go hit my rotator and copy my rotator link and make sure I have that on my clipboard, copied. And then go to the ads section of whatever traffic exchange we're in, click on sites, and I'm going to add that rotator link right in there. Boom. You know, and 6, and then add that. Right? So I've already got it added in here, so I'm not going to worry about that. But once you have it added, technically speaking, you can start surfing. And whenever you start surfing this exchange, if you start surfing ours, then every time you click, you get a credit, or maybe it's half a credit, but you get
Jeff?
credits towards other people looking at your site. Yes, go ahead, please.
There is one more step they need to go to before they'll be able to surf.
Are you talking about the auto assign?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. I was just going to hit that. So when I say technically speaking, you can start surfing, there is something that you want to do to kind of optimize your credits being used. And it is pretty important. Technically, you can start surfing, but the second thing you want to do is what's called auto assign. Because when you go to your ads and you go to your sites, and every time I log into any exchange, I always go here to check, because it'll tell you how many credits you have. but it'll also tell you how many views you've received and how many views you have assigned. So these are the credits that you've built up, and these are the credits that have actually been used in order for other people to see it. Now, so that we don't have to do it manually every time we come in, we use what's called the auto assign feature. And this just helps make our lives a lot easier. And what I've learned from talking to Nancy and to Tim and a couple of other people is that we only have one link. So a lot of times in traffic exchanges, people will have more than one link, or they'll have more than one rotator. I don't feel I have a use for that, but they might auto assign a different percentage to each different rotator or each different link. We've already got that taken care of with the rotator. What we recommend is to do maybe like 75% of all the credits that you earn get automatically assigned to your link. And that way people are viewing your site every time you click, you're building up credits, and your credits are what gets your link seen. And we recommend auto assigning 75% because you can always come in and go to your sites and manually assign any number of credits that you would like. So I'm going to manually assign 100 credits out of what I have. You can always do that. But if you have 75% of your credits automatically going in, you don't have to do that. And the reason is because we want to be surfing as consistently every day as we can. And, you know, don't go crazy. If you can do this for an hour for 5 days out of the week, you guys will have some success. That has been shown. If you can surf like Nancy for 7, 8, 9 hours a day, you'll blow it out of the park. You don't have to do it 7 hours a day, but let's say that you're going to go on a vacation and take a break. Well, you have credits built up. You have 25% of all the credits you've ever built up over the last couple months or whatever, and you can assign those while you're gone and still be surfing as if you were still there. So
Hey Jeff, can you go
huge
back to
benefit to
the
use the
auto
auto
assign?
assign.
It's important to also to note that every traffic exchange has a minimum. You must auto assign
Yes.
at least.
So
And that's going to change. Some of them are 50%, some of them are 90%, some are 80%. So pay attention to that because it won't, some of them won't even let you surf until you've signed your credits now.
yeah, and I did that on a page yesterday, and I assigned too few, you know, below the minimum, and it actually gave me a warning message like you can't surf. So ours doesn't do that. I'll bring that up to Tim to see if we need to put a warning on there if it's not going to work or not. So, but that's it, you guys. You do the same thing that we've done in the last couple of trainings. You do the same thing that I've just showed you in this one, and you just do it on all the other traffic exchanges you want to surf. And that's it. So now all we do is repeat the process for the different traffic exchanges. So we go to our downline builder. I'm going to sign up for one that I've never signed up with before. Barrels, join today. Okay, this is, I see beach, I see surf. This is up my alley. I don't know anything about this traffic exchange, but here's the front page sign in offer. So anytime you see this, this is just a sign in offer. There's normally either a no thanks or a join now option. We're going to join. Okay. This is the standard registration process. Go through this real quick. And I have autofill on my computer, but a lot of these sites do not, they won't let you go through just by doing autofill. So you kind of have to take the time to manually do stuff. You will always find me. Surfer Jeff. And I use the same password for all my traffic exchanges, but it's not a password that I use for any of my other websites or any of my other things that I need to log into. So I want to keep that separate. Confirm. I just put that in there. Okay. ClickBank IDs. Sometimes these places will have like a PayPal link or something like that. This is if you're getting referrals inside your traffic exchange, and that person ends up upgrading or buying a package, then you'll get a commission off of that. I'm not there yet. I'm not promoting these individual traffic exchanges, so don't worry about that. You can leave it blank. I live in the USA/Canada, and then there'll be some kind of thing here, security code, just the black symbols, CJL. Anybody else see that? CJL or is it CJ1?
Might even be an I.
Yeah, it's tough to tell. It'll tell me if I get it wrong. Yeah, okay. E51. It might have been one. I bet.
Hate when that happens.
Okay. Yeah. So this is the general frustration everybody goes through just getting set up, right? This is all the fun, the non-fun stuff. But we, if you sign up for 10 exchanges, spend an hour doing that, and then walk away. You don't have to, immediately start surfing them. But just the hour that you take to sign up for traffic exchanges will benefit you then from then on. So we can get that to work. The email address is what the problem is. Oh, there it is.
Says it's already registered.
No, it was that the email did not match. I had an extra D in this email up here.
Jeff, this is Catherine. Can you show us how to put our Face ID on one of these sites too?
You mean like your Gravatar?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Thank you.
Absolutely. Great question. You want to be using the same Gmail for your traffic exchanges and your Gravatar. And that's why we say from the beginning, it's important to have a Gmail account that you're going to use for all this stuff. If your Gravatar is set up with this same email and you're registering for an exchange with the same email, it's automatic. You don't have to do anything. Does that make sense?
It says your,
Yes, and I didn't do that. So
your username
okay,
is
so
already
I'll change
registered.
my email. Yeah.
Oh, I did already. What? Please remember your email address. Oh, Surfer Jeff is okay. Surfer Jeff is already registered. Okay, so I may be just waiting on an email from them. I wonder if I try to log in if I've already. Oh yeah, you know what? I have already joined this one. Yeah. But you see, because I use the same email that I use to register my Gravatar, that it automatically reaches out and grabs it.
Okay.
When
Thank
you
you.
go
That
into your
answers it. Yeah.
when you go into your Gravatar back office, and I know we've got some people who haven't even made it back there yet, and we're working on that. But when you get in your Gravatar back office, you can add an email address right there and assign the picture to that email address. So you don't have to change anything else except in Gravatar, right?
Perfect. That's going to save me a lot of time today. Thank
Yeah,
you.
absolutely. Great question. Excellent question. Yeah, but that's why we say from the beginning, use one Gmail account, use it for all your surfing and for nothing else. Have everything consolidated, and that's why it makes it work so much better. So now, in any case, guys, if this was the first time I was signing up, I would need to go check my email, right? I would need to go check my Gmail for the confirmation link, open that email, click on, confirm your email, and then it would take me back to the members login area, and I would put in my login information, and hopefully everybody has a browser set up in such a way that it will ask to remember your password and login. Does everybody have that? It saves a lot of time when you're starting a surf session. But like for example, when I go to start my surf sessions, anytime I need to log back into a site, all I have to do is click on it. My browser remembers my password, and that saves me a lot of time logging in. So if that's a functionality that you guys don't have or you're missing, just let me know, and I can personally help you set you up with that. But that's something that's a huge time saver. So you register, you sign up, you log in. The first place you want to go is where?
Site.
Who knows the first place where we want to go? Site. Exactly. Because, man, I've actually been here recently. Now, this is not my rotator link. Okay, so this is an old link for me. But when you're first signing up, this will be blank, and you'll have to put in a new site, right? So I wonder if I still have it on my clipboard. Nope. Just a second. Okay, here's my autofill. I need to go and grab that link again, my referral rotator link. So I need to grab this again, rotator. I need to
Put
copy
it on
that.
Notepad. That's what I use.
Yeah, I'm sure there's many more ways more efficient than I that you could do it. I like to make things a little hard on myself. It's just part of my, just part of my personality. Okay. So then we go to sites. We put in our referral link. Boom, we paste it there. And we give it a name and we click save. You're gonna always come across this screen. What this is doing is the traffic exchange is confirming that you have like a valid link, that it's not some kind of weird spammy virus infected site. So if you have any problems here, you guys let me know, but all of our links should work and our rotator should work in all of our traffic exchanges. So once the page has passed its check, click confirm my site. And now your rotator and all your links are in this traffic exchange. But before we start surfing, what's the next thing we want to make sure we do? Where do we want our credits to go? We want to do auto assign. Yep. So make sure you set up your auto assign. This one has a minimum of 50%. So we're good with 75. And that way, every time I log in, I can go straight to surfing. I know credits are still coming into my account. So we'll update that. And that's it. Now you can start surfing this exchange. Now you can add this exchange to your list of other exchanges, and you can start surfing it, and you're earning credits. And if you repeat that process 9 more times, then you'll have a list of traffic exchanges that look like this. You open them all up in the same window. Okay. And you start surfing. And the way you surf, because we, want to make sure if you guys aren't here yet, each exchange looks a little different. Ours has numbers. The other websites have pictures. This one I don't necessarily condone, but we'll see if we get traffic. Okay, so right now I'm just doing this with my mouse. I'm going through each one. But what I'm doing now is I'm having a surf session. Once you're all set up and registered and you got a bunch of them going, this is all you're doing for the rest of your time, is just logging in and starting to surf. So I usually like to go and check. Yeah, I got some 3 extra credits here that I don't need. I'll throw them in there. So this is what I'll do for an hour, you guys, and one tip that I can give y'all is that once you're logged into each of these exchanges and you're on the surf and you're actually surfing, you can use your keyboard to cycle through the tabs, right? So you don't have to hunt with your mouse and click on each one and then click on the thing and then move your mouse to the tab and then move your mouse back. Your bottom left corner keyboard, which on mine is the control key, and then your tab key. So control tab will actually cycle me through. So if I'm using 2 hands, I can actually be surfing extremely quick. And this is how you build up credits really fast. And see, now I clicked on the wrong one there. Going a little too fast. Okay. This is it. This is where we want to get everybody. This is where you're doing your marketing. This is where you're getting views. Your views are getting clicks. Your clicks are getting referrals. Your referrals are joining your business. And from here, we can track our data. We can see where the traffic's coming from. We can reinvest our efforts in the most effective places. And this is the most fun part of doing any marketing. It just takes a lot to get there. So, any questions? Are hopefully you guys can see that, when you finally end up at this stage, that you can just kind of sit back, take a deep breath, and go, oh, thank God, that's all over,
I have a question.
and start having fun. Absolutely.
So on each site, when you're setting it up, before you go out of it, you click on surf for each site or not? As you're setting them up on
Yes.
the.
Yes,
Yes, you do. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And when you say you open them up in the same window, I don't have a Mac. So what do you mean you're opening them all up in the same window?
Yeah. So I've got, I've got a lot of windows that I use. This is kind of my main hub page. This is the window that I use to do all my work. So within each browser window, within each browser window, you can have as many tabs as you want. So I'll have different windows for different things that I'm working on. It works pretty much the same in any browser. So in Safari, I've got Safari here, but if it's in your Windows, you might be using Chrome or Microsoft Edge or something. If you right-click on it, you have an option to start a new window. And so for your surf session, I would open up a new window specifically for your surf session. And then I would go to our homepage, our back office, log in, go straight to my downline builder with all the list of all the traffic exchanges. And then I would either right click or control click to open up 10 of these exchanges, whichever ones you've signed up for, whichever ones you like to serve. Maybe you want to throw a couple new ones in there, but then you'll need to register and get them set up. So I'll open 10 of these, and then I'll have a window that looks like this.
Okay.
And then I'll start surfing. And then
Jeff, this
Uh,
is this is Catherine. When I do that, it comes up with not my link. It comes up with the person I signed up under link, not my link.
are you talking about your
Well, when you
your
go to hit on those, that's a fast way of doing it. I like that.
Mhm.
But it ends up not being my link that I'm using. So any
I think
clicks
I
I
see what you-
did,
right? I
any
think I see
yeah.
what you're saying. So, for example, if you're signed up for Traffic PI and this is your affiliate ID, then when you click on it, it takes you to a number that's
not my,
not your affiliate ID, right?
yeah. Okay.
Well, that's because when you're surfing underneath your referrer, underneath your sponsor, whatever, right?
Mhm.
Now, the next person, if somebody joins in under you after under you in Traffic PI, for example, they will have their own affiliate ID. That affiliate ID is going to show up in the back office this way. But when they're surfing underneath your referrer's ID. And that should make sense just because if you upgrade or if you buy a package or anything like that with inside of Traffic Pi, you know, that's credit is going to your sponsor. You know, if you're upgrading a package or you're spending money for advertising, you know, you don't get your own credit for spending your own money, right?
Okay, but my question is, if you
make sense?
use those to go to set up your surfing, window,
Mhm.
you're actually surfing with somebody else's ID.
No, because you're going
Not-
to sign into your own account.
Yeah, so
Anyway.
let me double check and make sure because this is the same 3223 for Star Power hits. 3223. Yeah. Yeah, so that's standard. It's normal. You know, it may not necessarily make sense, but you are going to be surfing underneath your sponsor's link. Anyone who joins under you will see your referral ID when they're surfing. Does that make sense?
Okay, I guess so, yeah. Okay.
Well, when you
Because, I mean-
start a surfing session, you are logging into every one of these sites in your own account. So how you get to that site doesn't matter so much as long as you log in with your information.
Okay, got it. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, the only way that you would be able to see your affiliate ID in the Traffic Exchange address that you're logging into would be to sign up underneath yourself and then log in and surf with that ID. So it's a referral system and it's standard. There's nothing that's you know, incorrect about that, or you know, it's a good eye. It's a good eye that you have for picking that out, but that's the way it works. So hopefully
Okay,
it makes sense. Yeah,
thank you.
for sure. So yeah, I open a new window and like on Chrome here, if I open Chrome, it's the same way. All I do is right click on new window, and then I'll go to BNR Movie, go to the downline builder, open up all my tabs, log in and start surfing. And what I do is oftentimes I'll just leave that window open. Like this window, for me, this stays open all the time. And that way, you know, if I get up and walk away for about 15 minutes, I'll usually have to sign back in to some of these exchanges, you know, and I'll just have to click and log back in. But then yes, once you get ready to surf, you click the surf button, or it'll say view sites, or it'll say browse. Some of them are just simply worded a little differently. I don't know why my internet decided to clunk out on me just now. So when we register, we go to ads, we set up our rotator link under sites. Yeah, we put in our link, we auto assign, and then we go to surf. And then once you've done that in all your tabs, then I mean, it gets real quick and easy. It really becomes when I know I'm having a good surf session, it's like I just get into a zone. It's just like, I'm control tab, click, control tab, click, control tab, click, control tab, click, control tab, click. If I can do that for an hour, then I've surfed 1,000 sites. So, and that's pretty much all that I have to show you guys in terms of training. I mean, that would really be it. So from here, it's just, going through the process. And if you guys hit any speed bumps or have any questions, then, I want to give you any support that you guys need. But that's it. Like, I'm done. It's everything you need to know. So it's just a matter of you guys going through it and knowing it for yourselves. And I'm here to help in any way that I possibly can. But we're already seeing you guys come on board into the BNR Movie Traffic Exchange. We're already seeing you guys surfing there. We've had a really nice increase and an upswing in terms of our traffic. It's not quite where we want it to be yet, to where the traffic's at enough of a point to where the referrals and the signups start stabilizing in terms of just the formulaic nature of what we're trying to do. But we're getting there a lot faster than we were just a week ago. So you guys and your team, y'all's team, has made a huge impact, and we're feeling it. And when we get everybody to the point to where they're surfing 10 exchanges a day, for an hour, 5 days a week minimum, it's going to have a massive, massive impact. And we are going to get back onto the track to where we are getting upwards of 15, 17 signups per day. And that's not just referrals into the traffic exchange. That's like signups into your business, 17 per day. That's when it starts to become very powerful. So
And exciting.
oh man, that's where it gets way fun. And then you start becoming like a mathematician in the lab. You're like, okay, this link is getting me 200 more clicks a day than the other one. I need to switch this one out, get rid of this link, and I'm going to find another link. And then, where's my data? Where's my back end? Let me go look at the stats and figure out how I can optimize this even more. And if you have a competitive nature, that's when it gets really fun, for sure.
Thank
So-
you, thank you, thank
Well,
you.
thank you so much. That cleared up a lot
Absolutely.
of questions.
Yeah, my pleasure. So if you guys have any questions, throw them up in the Lions Den chat. I'll be monitoring that as much as I can. And if we need to hop on individual Zooms, we can do that. And then the only other thing that I would say is to, once you guys are surfing, then I'll check back in and we'll have another session like in a week, like a scheduled team session, like in a week, once everybody's surfing. And then we'll start looking at everybody's statistics. And then we'll start looking at everybody's back office and show everybody how to do that once y'all are getting some numbers in. And then we've got Facebook. For anybody who wants to do Facebook, there's a very, very powerful approach that we take for that as well. But we don't want to overload you guys. You guys are knocking out the hardest stuff right now. Facebook, everybody knows how to use. It's just a matter of systemizing it and using it as a team. So we can show everybody how to do that. but that's later. We want to give you guys the most powerful stuff first. So thank you guys for all your effort, for being here, your commitment. Your team is amazing. Each one of you guys are really awesome, and you're knocking it out of the park. Trust me when I say it.
Thank you,
Jeff.
thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks again. Have a
My
great
pleasure, you
day.
guys.
Yes.
Thank you all so much. Yeah, enjoy your day, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Let me know if you need anything, okay?
Okay.